Gentlemen, Kyle, Josh, thank you so much for your time today. Congrats on the series.
Thank you so
Where
much.
did this come from? Where did this originate?
So normally when Kyle and I come up with ideas, it's from long brainstorming sessions where we're trying to figure out something really intelligent, like, what thematically do we want to discuss or what's going on in the world that we'd like to talk about. This was just something that came to me while I was showering. I was like, what if rock, paper, and scissors were roommates and they competed over everything and they went on wacky adventures? And I went, oh, that's good. And I pitched that to Kyle and he went, that's simple enough. I like that. And
Well,
there's so much freedom in the
I was a
set.
tiny bit, I was, hold on, I was a tiny bit more excited than that. I
Kyle,
didn't
I
shrug
believe
my shoulders
did.
and go, yeah, sure, why not?
Whatever.
No, it was just, it's the bar of entry is just so easy for anyone to understand. It's such a simple concept. And then the complexity comes from, the characters and building out the world. And so thank you for that, Josh.
Yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely.
you gentlemen are right. Yeah, the foundation is there. Who doesn't know rock, paper, scissors?
Right.
And in watching the series, I was like, this is brilliant. I've done a couple of Read Across Americas where I've read books to kids. One of the most exciting classes was the book called The Legend of Rock, Paper, Scissors. And they were so into it. And so thinking of a show on Nickelodeon now for kids, I was like, this is brilliant. Now, my next question is, how do you pitch something like this to executives? Like, hey guys, cartoon, rock, paper, scissors, hear me out.
So funny enough, I
Exactly.
think,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, I exactly like you said it, and exactly like I said it a second ago. I mean, in a good way, this was really sometimes you want when you're pitching a show for it to just be very simple and understandable right off the bat. Because we've worked on stuff where we're like, okay, because even you saying the legend of rock, paper, scissors, I'm like, that's too much backstory. When you're to pitch a TV show, you go, okay, so Rock is from here and he was born from this. And
Yeah.
then executives are like, this is too much information.
And that's great for some shows. That's great for Game of Thrones and for Wheel of Time and things like that. But when you start, the show's called Rock, Paper, Scissors, here's 30 minutes of backstory. That's probably not going to work as well.
So yeah, we just explained here's the basic premise and here's who the characters are. Because the characters are really just as important to us, if not more important, than the sort of premise of the show. I mean, they are the premise of the show in a lot of ways.
So building on that, how do you build each character? I mean, do you take the physical attributes of each of them, or do you kind of just make them your own? Because I was quite surprised to kind of see the different personalities in rock, paper, scissors that maybe weren't a little as on the nose or expected per se.
Yeah, we definitely started with, I mean, the very basic sketch at the beginning. There was some brainstorming where it's like, okay, scissors, he can be cutting in his personality. There was like some of that inspired it, but it's definitely we want to make these guys feel like real people. They're supposed to be fully fleshed out characters. They all have very different wants and dreams and flaws. So yeah, it was just starting from that place, but then really developing them into real people.
Right.
And I know it's on Nickelodeon and it's the targets are kids, but I found myself as a 35-year-old really intrigued by the story of them trying to make their landlord a pop star. It, was there kind of is there a way maybe that you guys put it together in a way that it could be enjoyed by everyone and how do you guys balance that out?
That was our biggest goal. Honestly, our biggest goal, we've spent time in kids TV, we've spent a lot of time in adult animation. And at the end of the day, you need to make a show that makes you laugh. So really, we had all those things in mind, but at the end of the day, it's like we're making a show for us. What do we want to tackle? What do we want to laugh at? And then obviously if we want to tell a story about scissors learning empathy, all right, well, let's see how can we do that and make it wacky at the same time. Because like you want to have a grounded story that then goes to insane places. And you want to do like with the first Lou episode, that came from, all right, well, they have a landlord. He probably is a big hindrance on their life. Who would be the funniest version to kind of be that character, who always raises the rent and takes out his anger on him, played by the wonderful Eddie Pepitone. And then, the whole pop star thing was like, all right, well, if they want to get him to stop raising the rent, what was the hardest thing that they could possibly do to get that to be a reality? And so that's kind of where that story came from.
That's my favorite line. It rings in my head, and it also haunts me in my head. Where he goes, "I'm raising the rent." The commitment to that line and adding so much pain to it because yeah, I'm raising. Getting your rent rate sucks. So that's where I noticed that where it's like, oh, this is really accessible for everyone.
Yeah,
As far
I think that there's a character, we try to do thematic episodes, emotional episodes, just funny episodes, and there's something for everyone, like you're saying. There's a character, for everybody, there's a story for everybody. We really try to tell a range of stories.
Yeah, who really hasn't ever tried to get a free birthday dessert when it's not their birthday? That was that was also a lot of fun. Now, obviously, I gotta ask you guys, what are the highest stakes that you guys personally have ever put on a game of rock, paper, scissors?
Nothing. If you make life decisions based on a game of rock, paper, scissors, you need to reevaluate how you make choices. That's my
I
opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love gambling. I have a little bit of an addictive personality, but even I will not put giant. I'll play craps, but I will not put anything big on rock, paper, scissors.
And with that, also, if you are playing rock, paper, scissors, what's your go-to move?
My go-to move is to cheat because I'm an insecure little short kid who needs to win at everything. So my go-to move is to wait until they throw something and then throw something a half a second later.
I would say, you know how people, it's rock, paper, scissors, and then some people will say to us, well, where's Lizard and Spock? And to that I say, where are Pencil and Lou? And so from now on, I'm throwing Pencil or Lou so that
Yeah.
people go, Josh, what's the matter with you? And get upset and leave.
We're trying to change the international game rules of rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's always been little add-ons, but thanks to your guys' show, now they all have personalities too. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate getting to talk to you guys a little bit about the show. I've enjoyed the first few episodes that I've watched. No doubt I'll enjoy the next few ones. And I look forward to maybe talking to you guys on another season.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
man.
very much. February 12th, everybody.